Hi everyone, happy full moon, happy strawberry moon in Sagittarius. How are you guys? Let me get some sage going here for us. It's an exciting day. I'm excited for us because, listen, if you're here right now listening, you've made it through eclipse season. Hello, welcome. And so that in itself is a feat because, you know, eclipse seasons are always powerful times of change, and that is definitely on the horizon. Hey, Roxanne! Hey, Rock Dog Yogi! How are you guys? Thanks for joining me. I didn't know when I was going to be going live today, but here I am. So I'm really happy to be here with you, just saging a little. Here's some of that for you. That white sage just to bring everything to a clean slate. Reset the energy to zero so that we can see what's going on for the collective in a way that allows it to be a fresh start energetically, you know? So I'm just saging my hands a little, and I just want to talk to you about the sign of Sagittarius that we're in right now. There's a ton of stuff, right? I know, it is needed right now. It's needed to just take a moment to like just be and like sit with the energies, because there is a lot happening. Especially astrologically. So much is going on besides just Sagittarius, but that is a good place to start. So the moon is in Sagittarius and the sun is in Gemini, and they're opposites of one another on the zodiac. And yes, and the Gemini is all about, you know, polarity in some senses and duality, and I feel like from what I've researched from this full moon, that's the little extra kick that we're getting this time around, is that duality. So if you felt a little bit more tapped into your shadow, and exploring that, and like even wounding could be coming up right now for you, with Mars and Aries touching on Chiron. Chiron is an asteroid that deals with, is called the Wounded Healer, and so you might be having some thoughts and feelings around how you assert yourself in the world, and I know I am right now. It's just, it may be coming up. That may be one of the unique themes of this full moon. But what Sagittarius is about, which is where the moon is tonight and the sun is in Gemini, Sagittarius is about expansion. It's about optimism. It's the philosophers of the zodiac. I'm a Sagittarius sun. And yeah, so we like to talk about the meaning of life and learn what that could be through experience. Q phone. But we it's the universe calling. No. But we, I don't know why it seems so much louder than usual. Let me see who this is real quick. I can't believe I'm about to see who it is. I never see who it is.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone. Hey Paul, Matt with State Farm. Just giving you a call today. Got the quote for this 3 vehicles.
Hashtag real life. State Farm calls every day.
Give me a call, 267-317-1563.
We'll let him finish. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, so but yeah, Sagittarius is all about learning and that higher experience of learning through expansion and living your life and thinking about why and being purposeful about it. You know what I mean? So tonight we get the opportunity to think about what the meaning of our own lives is, and maybe just to open ourselves up to the expansion of it all, and to not just look at the light of who we are, but the shadow, and how both have formed us up until this point, and how both have maybe pointed us in a direction, and then just to consider, is this the direction I'd like to be going? And if you're not sure which direction you're supposed to be going in, which I can totally relate to too, I feel like this is the perfect full moon to surrender. You know, surrender to the things that manifest, and then let what manifests be your kind of surface for deciding, going from there, like, does this resonate with me or does it not? You know what I mean? Like, kind of allowing life to happen, and then going from there, you know, like, I just feel like this is a perfect time to release. And a lot of astrologers have been talking about that too. Even though new moons are usually about what we've manifested and kind of like showing gratitude. Absolutely, you are. You're showing gratitude for the fact that you're alive. Like, that's enough. You know what I mean? To just sit with that and like, that you're here still, playing the game. And then from there, finding out what you want life to mean for you in this next lunar cycle. You know what I mean? You don't have to have it all figured out. And if you're not sure, I think it's a perfect time to surrender to whatever does unfold. And if nothing's currently unfolding, don't worry, because it will. I've already had quite a day of things unfolding and things happening. And sometimes it can feel like nothing is happening. And you're like, oh, like, I've been setting these intentions and doing my little manifestation grids and whatnot, and it's not happening. But the universe is on its own time schedule, frankly. And I can just tell from the year that I've been having that things do happen when they're meant to. And trying to force it is only going to frustrate you in the process. So, just get ready for the unfolding of it. If any of you have seen my previous post, the card that we got for just, I forget when I pulled it a couple days ago, from nothing to everything. Sometimes it feels like nothing's going on, and then all at once, boom, you got a job interview. Boom, you got another job interview. And then, hold on one second, let me close the window. That's why I always sage first. Be right back. But yeah, and so job interviews, right? So like, you go from having zero, I know, all the things, like, please, like, my life is hysterical sometimes. Sometimes you also just gotta laugh and go with it. But yeah, the phone rang, the dogs bark. It's real life, you know what I mean? And I kind of love it. It's so funny. But yeah, so I'm in a really good mood today because I prefer movement over to that stalled energy where you're just like, oh, I want something to happen, you know? And there's so much going on collectively that I feel like the main other thing that I wanted to say before we start pulling some cards, hey McKenna, is that I think a good way to stay sane that I've been trying to implement in my own life is to be in the world but not be of it, which is just a fancy way of saying, like, yeah, we're all human. On some level, we do have to experience the 3D, but the more spiritually aware you become, you realize that you set your own tone for when you walk into a room. You get to decide how you show up as you, and energy has to rise to meet it. It starts at the lowest frequency, and right now there's some pretty low and violent frequencies on our planet. So it's like, that's the part where we do have control of how we show up. We don't necessarily, in my opinion, always have control over the circumstances unfolding every second, you know, but if we can show up to certain situations from just as high as vibrational state as we can offer at that time, the energy will rise to meet it, you know, and we don't have to worry about it rising to meet it because that's just physics. But just kind of like being mindful of your own frequency, and if you have a bad moment, just reset the energy, you know. That's what like deep breaths are for, like just taking a minute, you know, for you, and bringing it back so that you're good. And then interestingly enough, everybody else seems to be good sometimes. I mean, not everybody, but your immediate surroundings, you can really positively impact them that way and make it easier for you. So without any further ado, I think I'm going to get into it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about the astrology, which again is so fascinating. We have Saturn in retrograde right now in Aquarius, which Saturn retrograde happens every year, but it's the astrology right now is so in depth. Like if I could do I couldn't do a whole video on it, but there are plenty of people who do. One person I recommend checking out, I'm gonna find her Instagram and tag it. It's Balmy Spirit on YouTube. She's fantastic, and she will break it all down for you. But actually, Saturn being in retrograde, Saturn's a difficult planet that rules obstacles. We're just painting you a little bit of a fuller picture than just the moon and the sun right now. It's actually helping us because Saturn retrograde in Aquarius is all about innovation, and I feel like we know what we want, and it's kind of helping us double down on that. And then we do have Pisces and Neptune, which you think would be all dreamy, and it is, but sometimes that can cause you to fall into illusions. So the final thing I'll say, maybe before I start pulling cards, is with that aspect, I would just say, don't believe anything else that anyone is telling to you about you. It's like, you know your truth. And that's one thing with Sagittarius. They're very truthful. They're very honest. They're blunt. I'm a Sagittarius, so I can say it. We will tell you how it is. And sometimes people think it's funny almost because they're like too blunt. And it is. It can be. But like Sagittarius loves a good time, and they are optimistic. Ever the optimist and ever the philosopher. So, you know, I'd say this full moon is also an invitation to be honest with yourself and to not let anyone else's noise distract you from what you know your truth to be. If someone tries to question your worth, that's illusion. That's Pisces and Neptune shadowy stuff. No. You know your worth. You are worthy. If no one's told you today, you are worthy of your dreams, you know? So just keep that in mind. Yeah, and go from there. Like, because once you know your truth and you remember who you are, maybe you need a minute to remember who you are and that what you are is divine and worthy, then no one can mess with that. So don't let them, because sometimes people try. I don't know. It's just one of the sucky things about being human, as my mentor would say. Sometimes it can be difficult to be a human, you know? I have compassion for all of us. I really, truly do. So with that, I'm going to get into the cards and see what they have to say. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams today by Ciro Marchetti, and it's really good. I've just gotten it recently, so I kind of wanted to look at it more and play around with it some more because I want to familiarize myself with the deck. And I find these collective readings are a good time to do that, so that I can then start using them in my personal readings, which if you like one, just feel free to DM me anytime. But yeah, so here we go. I'm going to open a circle, so if you guys want to roll your shoulders back, let's just all take a breath actually first, because I feel like I need that. Let me take a sip of my LaCroix. Not sponsored by LaCroix, but honestly I should be a brand ambassador for them, considering how many I drink a day. But yeah, let's take a deep breath in. So just inhale for 3, hold for 3, and exhale for 6. We'll do it 2 more times. Ready? Inhale for 3. Hold for 3. Exhale for 6. Then inhale for 3. Hold for 3. Exhale for 6. When you do that breathing exercise, it just softens your whole central nervous system and aligns it. So now we're good to go. You can turn to normal breathing and roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, relax. I've got you. And we're going to get into the cards, see what they have to say. All right, here we go. And welcome in the guides and guardians, the 4 directions, and get our circle open. I welcome in the guides and guardians of the East, element of air. Thank you so much for being here today on this full moon in Sagittarius to show us what is blowing into our lives, what new doors and chapters and cycles and beginnings want to come into our experience, what doors and windows need to be opened at this time. Thank you for helping us have full clarity over which doors to open that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all. Thank you for being as gentle as possible with the change that is coming in and helping us to always see the signs so that we have confidence in our decision making and discernment abilities. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the South, element of fire. Thank you for being here today. Sagittarius is a fire sign, as you know. And tonight, we ask that you help us to burn clean and release all that no longer serves us, and to not be afraid to close old doors and burn down all that needs to be burned down in our lives so that we can rise like the phoenix from the ashes and align with our true passions and our true desires. May we know what lights us up inside, and tonight may we light that inner flame of passion and not be afraid to explore what makes us feel creatively alive. Let us trust that part of ourselves and our abilities to do that and to be a creative expression of the divine. We are all divine creators in this life. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the West, element of water. Thank you so much for being here tonight to help us continue to cleanse and purify anything in our lives and environment that is in need of cleansing and purification. We also welcome you in tonight to flow into our lives energy streams of emotional healing of all kinds, love and abundance and compassion, energy streams of compassion for ourselves and others, knowing that everyone is doing the best they can. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the North, element of earth. Thank you so much for helping us to continue to walk with patience and grace in a way that is peaceful as we continue to build new firm foundations in our lives and build upon foundations that are serving us. Help us to know what wants to be built and what wants to be manifested, and thank you for allowing us then to have the tools and resources to do it. I also welcome in the North spirit guides of love and light, angels, and healed ancestors. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. And finally, I welcome in the element of spirit that breathes life into all of us, into all of the elements, and reminds us that magic is real and that we are powerful co-creators of our own reality and that we are always being held by the universe and guided. Thank you for helping us feel you, spirit element, in our lives every day so that we remember that we are never alone. I welcome you into the circle with so much gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I welcome in all guides and guardians of love and light and nothing else. And with that, the circle is open. Amen. Blessed be harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Oh, and so it is. Woo! That always feels so good. Okay. So tonight, I think I'm going to do 3 shuffles because that always feels really good. Oof, and I can always tell when I open the circle and it's a full moon that's as powerful as this one because I can just tell that something's different energetically already. After opening the circle, I feel like a little dizzy, so let me just have one more sip of water here. Whew, okay. All right. I love these cards, by the way. My mom got them for me. I'm trying to remember where she said, but they are gorgeous. Like, I've seen them before in other people's YouTube videos, but wait till you see. The illustrations are really, really beautiful. All right. looked at that for so long. Strength and the Hanged Man. Makes sense. Alright, there we go. So that was 3. And now we're going to see what wants to come out. I'm going to pull 6 to start. That's the goal. We'll see what wants to come out. Alright. Ooh, first up, Page of Wands. Well, there it is, the new beginning. The fiery, passionate new beginning. Or someone who's bringing that into our experience. I love this card. Alright, and we'll get more into them after I have them all out, but let's see what else wants to... Okay, that one. Oh no! Alright, the Ace of Coins in reverse. Well, if it's going to be in reverse, at least it's in the recent past. Because I feel like this is the new beginning coming in, or the idea of it. But this is us just not realizing it, maybe. In the past, we haven't realized the opportunity of certain things, or the gifts that are around us. I have a feeling that's about to change. Yeah. Or maybe the energy of it was in our... Okay, this one was flipped over, so I'm going to take it. Oof, I don't want to take it, but I'm going to take it just to see. I might pull more than 6. The 5 of Coins just flipped over in the deck. Yeah, this is us feeling left out in the cold. Exactly how it looks here. When it comes probably to our finances, just like a lack of stability there. So I still feel like this is a little bit recent past energy. I think I'll pull 3 for each, maybe. That's what I'll do. We'll see what wants to come out. It's almost between the past and the present that I feel it, so we'll see. But 5 is change in the tarot, and really that is what's happening right now. Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay, difficult energy. Shit. Shoot. We've got Page of Coins in reverse and Queen of Swords in reverse. So we are having some hard times making, I'd say, decisions around our finances. Okay. Or, I mean, it's possible that somebody in our environment doesn't like the decisions we're making. That could always be possible with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Or like, this feels like that Pisces, Neptune thing, and the shadow aspect of this full moon that, I don't know, I hope people aren't experiencing, frankly, but like I said, if there's haters out there or somebody trying to tell you that you're not worthy of something, don't believe them. You can just go, oh, and then just in one ear, out the other. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're left out in the cold and that you're staying there. Because even if you are here, it's not going to last. So, there's that. Okay, cards. Give us some hope, please. Okay, it's 10 came out. Holy molies. Really interesting. Alright. We've got the Palace of Coins on the bottom. So this is what we're dreaming of. This is what can be manifested. The Palace of Coins. I mean, look at this. Wealth is ours. Wealth is there, but we just need to tap into that energy stream and believe it. Okay, I have a lot of cards out. Let me just push them up. So Justice came out in reverse. Card of Libra. Something is not bounced, I think. That's the problem. When Justice is, maybe we felt like something hasn't gone in our favor, and that could be a door closing so that another one is opening. So that's something to keep in mind. The energy is still unfolding. Just because it's a full moon doesn't mean everything's tied up in a cute little bow and it's like, here, but it's unfolding, and so it may feel like there's an ending before there's a new beginning, but the new beginning has already been started energetically, and that's what we need to remember. This is our first card. So the energy stream of a new beginning is trying to come in, but there's just some resistance here, maybe from our environment. in what we see as what is, instead of what could be, which is normal, but we just have to know that it's here. So it's coming. So the belief factor has to be kind of present. And then, okay, so interesting. So the energy is coming in thick. So wands in the tarot are related to the fire element. So this is the Sagittarius full moon. You not only have the Page of Wands, but you have the Ace of Wands. And aces are realized gifts from the universe when they're upright like this. So here's us realizing this is something new is trying to come in. And this is it coming in. This is the gift that is coming in. Here's the energy of it. And here's our passion. Here's us waking up to our creativity, to what it is we want. We're lighting a candle for ourselves. Let's do that. So I'm going to try to make these a little bit more of a ritual too, and not just a tarot card reading. So I've got a couple of candles here that I was feeling drawn to anyway to light. So I'm going to light them for you and explain them. Let's see if I can light them with one match. Come on. Ooh. Oh, that was weird. Okay. So first up we have Hecate. So this is a goddess, to me, that talks about being at a crossroads. She is the one who helped Demeter find Persephone, according to legend there. And Persephone, that's a whole long story, but Persephone is often perceived as a maiden goddess. Well, she is a maiden goddess in Greek mythology, who's kidnapped by the god of the underworld, Hades. And she eats 6 of his pomegranate seeds and becomes queen of the underworld. She's one of my favorites because she's just so cool. And she talks about beauty and just that stage of womanhood, I guess, in life, you know, that youthfulness. But yeah, so then Demeter's obviously upset when she gets kidnapped, and she goes in search of her, and Hecate is the one who helps her. But Hecate, for us, is she's about the crossroads, being at a crossroads and like knowing what to do. She's a protector of women. She loves animals. She loves dogs. She loves cats. She lights the way. She's literally like the torchbearer. Like, here's Hecate, right? So you've got that. Our way is being lit for us now. It's lighting up after a time that's been really difficult and seemed unfair. So we're at this crossroads, right? So these are going to be lit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. I'll try to keep them somewhere you can see. Here we go. So our way is being lit, and we're manifesting beginnings that really light our inner flame. We're manifesting them, because on the bottom of the deck is the Palace of Coins. So, cute dog. Wow. All right. So let me keep these here. All right. But something is getting delayed here, which is like, woo. So, the Knight of Cups in reverse. Knights in the tarot are always messengers. So in reverse, this might be some like message of love that hasn't been communicated, or that we're like kind of waiting for clarity on. So, interesting. Could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Those are the signs that are water signs, but it doesn't have to be so much people as just a message that's delayed in getting in. But then we have the Tree of Life card. Of course, I think this card has come out like 2 times, and I just got this deck, and it's the extra card. To me, this is just life happening. This is the energy of this full moon. This is life happening on a big scale. And I'm going to read to us if I can find one. I don't actually think they say they have a meaning for the Tree of Life in here. Let me see if I can find something, because how do you sum up the Tree of Life? Life itself, really. Sorry, guys. I just don't want to shortchange you. I might pull another card just to give us a little bit more clarity there. I think I've looked for this before and never been able to find it because I don't think they go into it so much. Which is crazy. I'm just going to the end to see if there's anything there. It's definitely not in the beginning. Yeah, they don't have it. Well, how do you like that? So the tree of life. To me, this is all of our chakras lighting up, frankly, and just letting life happen and knowing that we are the tree of life. You know what I mean? Like, life is happening. So it's best to go with what's working, what lights you up right now. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm going to pull one more card. Kind of want to put the Palace of Coins next to the Tree of Life. What would make you feel like this? Like you had this? That's what you're trying to create right now. A feeling of home. I feel like that's what it is. When there's so many pentacles out here and they're harder cards, like we want to feel safe. We want to feel secure. But the energy is still unfolding. So if you can't feel safe and secure, time to dive into the passionate side. Like, what's going to make you feel alive? Oh, these cards are being so weird today. They, like, all turned over. Okay, maybe I just picked it up the wrong way. Here we go. Let me see if anything else wants to come out. So I feel like the message is just, like, not complete, really. Okay. How do I get to the Palace of Coins? Oof. That's so weird. That's 3. Like, you know what? I feel like they slid. Let me just make sure. Final clarity, universe. Alright, so we have the Palace of Swords and the Knight of Wands. And I can't tell if they're reversed or not. There's something we're not wanting to look at, but it's not serving you not to look at it, whatever it is. So don't be afraid to look at something that you know either needs to end or begin. I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of this energy, and it happens a lot because for a while I was afraid to look at some things that weren't like working in my life, but they needed to be faced in order for the new to come in. So I relate to this energy, and I have compassion for anyone who's going through it right now, which I think a lot of us are. I think what this is talking about is like our mind not being sure on something. Maybe we're not sure what we're passionate about. So that's where I'd say trying like a bunch of new things and see which one kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Like if there's a party you're invited to, for example, and you're not sure, like, go to it. If it sucks, leave. You know what I mean? Like, but at least go. You know what I mean? Like, start to consider new things. If there's a job, you're like, well, I don't know if I have enough experience in that. Apply anyway, you know? Can you tell I'm thinking about jobs lately? But yeah, put feelers out there, I guess, is what this energy is trying to say. Like, don't be so afraid to expand, you know, because that is the energy of Sagittarius. It is about expansion, and that can be terrifying, but so is the opposite. the opposite is just staying small. That's a good way to drive yourself crazy, is just like remaining somewhere where you're not comfortable, which I don't think we really are right now with the Five of Pentacles in our present. So, you know, don't stay. Like, open yourself up to the change. And if there's people in your environment who you can't trust, time to cut them out, because you're not going to get anywhere with them hanging around and lowering your self-esteem. You know what I mean? And it might not even be that you have to cut them out in some dramatic way. It's just don't give them any of your attention. You know what I mean? Don't put any weight in their words. Distance. You know, it doesn't have to be I'm never talking to you again. Defriend or unfriend or whatever. Defriend. It doesn't have to be that extreme at all. But like right now, what do you want? Like, to expand, you have to have that strong inner core first of knowing what you want. And if you don't know, paying attention to the wrong people is not going to help you. So let those be the signs. Let the wrong people be the signs for you to just kind of close those doors for now. Be like, we'll revisit it at a later time. It doesn't mean they're like bad people, P.S. It might just not be the right situation or the right person or the right job for right now. You know what I mean? And there's change unfolding, and you want to feel a sense of security. You want to build this palace. But like, I feel like our minds are kind of like, I don't know what's logical, and I don't know maybe what lights me up. Like, there's not that clarity. So now is the time to try, to expand what could be. You know what I mean? I can't believe I pulled this many cards. But it just doesn't feel like the message is over, and I'm not surprised. I'm Sagittarius. I talk a lot. For being so quote-unquote blunt, I do talk a lot. Sagittariuses are big thinkers. They like to look at the big picture. So when you think of the big picture, does it make you feel happy or does it make you feel sad of what's going on? And then when you zero in on it, what people or places or things don't fit your big picture of what you do want ultimately. And so it's time to kind of start the process of elimination, which I kind of totally want to do. I wish I had more space. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. I don't want to pull too many more cards, because I don't want to confuse us, but oof. All right. I'm going to pull maybe one more for final clarity here. Maybe we'll do an oracle. Please let me know your thoughts and feelings about this. I'm going to post this all so you can watch it. But yeah, so something new wants to come in, bottom line. But there has been some, and there's been some change already. Maybe some people have already come out of we kind of cut them out, or we did close some doors. Okay, finally a card that's upright. The Page of Swords. So we have the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. This like flip-floppy energy of what's logical, what's creative, what's logical, what's creative. And this is probably because the sun is in Gemini right now. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad it's relevant. I feel it too. So, Gemini, Sagittarius. Oh my god, I just realized that. Gemini, Sagittarius. Okay, so they're bookending our spreads of, here's the new idea, finally. Like, but it's almost like we have to go through the process of like exploring our options before the new idea comes. And I feel like it may come in randomly. Like, like you get a sudden call for an interview, or I don't know, something happens in a friendship or a relationship, and you're just like, there's something that's said that gives you clarity of like whether this is right or this is wrong, or this is aligned with my big picture of what I want or it's not, you know? But it's showing you all sides of something, and hopefully it's not overwhelming, but it definitely could be. But like, I feel like what's important is to keep at the center of all of it, your big picture in mind. I think I'm going to read us the Palace of Coins, because to me, like, I briefly saw it when I was looking through for the Tree of Life thing, which I can't find. I'm going to post a description about the Tree of Life later, because to me, it's just like, it is life. Like, that is what the Tree of Life is. It represents kind of like all realities and all dimensions, all possibilities really existing. And this is like bringing it home, literally. Like, what is your sense of home? What is your dream of home? But like, where do you feel at home? That's what the Palace of Coins is. Hold on, let me blow out. I kind of want to blow out the candles just so you can see the cards better, but there we go. Look at that. So pretty. And maybe we definitely don't have all the answers yet, but these new energy streams are coming in hot. So, this is your clarity and this is your passion or creativity. Clarity, creativity. And this is the creativity it takes to explore your options, and this is the clarity that comes after you have. There we go. This is the new idea that points you in a direction of how you get to your big picture. It's step one, but it's a step. It's a new beginning. It's a new idea of a new beginning. Whew. And then, yeah, we have the Three of Wands on the bottom. Which is always good now. So this is a good place to end it, because Three of Wands is the energy of expansion itself. This is looking at the big picture. He's seeing his ships come in. This is like, I sent out these intentions a year ago. Where are they? Well, there they are. They're coming. And he can actually see it now. Where for a while, maybe he couldn't. And they are aligned with his passions. But it might be new passions. And that's why it feels so scary. Maybe because, you know, we've been here before. You know, we are, maybe some of us are here right now feeling left out in the cold, because our finances, like, we're not sure where our resources are coming from. And there might be people in our environment who are like, well, that's not logical. Well, this, that. And, you know, things may seem unfair. But boom, here comes the gift of like the new energy stream of passion and creativity. And all of a sudden, those other voices get silenced by that. And because we download this. And, you know, this Knight of Cups is really interesting that it's in reverse. There might be some questions we have about love, or something we're waiting on when it comes to that, but I feel like that's really not where the focus of the reading should be right now. That's where we may be getting distracted, and maybe our focus doesn't need to be on it right now, right at this moment. I think it's time to just let all possibilities exist, come to that realization, and then think of the big picture of what it is we want. And then let the new idea come in. Just keep living, frankly. Like, honestly, it feels like all the conversations I've had today. To just keep living, to just keep going. May feel really shitty sometimes. I don't know how else to put it. Or maybe one area of your life's really good, but like another area doesn't seem fair. But how do I put it? It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, this new energy stream of creativity is coming in. It was born. It was set. Probably at the last fire, new moon, whatever that was. I can't think. Or just the last new moon. Some intention was set a while back. We have it in the recent past for a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. This could even be us, we are the new beginning. We're aligning with our passions here, and this is the universe giving it to us, saying, okay, here's that energy of a new beginning, of a passionate of new beginning that's going to creatively serve you. Maybe we don't know if we're going to love it yet, but that's because it's the beginning. You can't know. You just have to live and find out, and see if it aligns with your big picture. And the only way you can do that is by giving things a shot. Things that are worth it, things that make you feel initially good about them. We can only go off the information that we have, and we have a lot of information coming at us, so it's good to look at things from all angles and then just make a choice, and then always know that we can change our mind again, that it doesn't have to be the last decision. As long as we're on this earthly plane, we do get to make new decisions, and hopefully you find that freeing, and that frees up your mind to try things, because I think that's really necessary for this new idea to come in. This isn't something you've done before. This is a new chapter. So a new idea of what could be, you know what I mean? So we'll end it on there, but your ships are coming in. So it's the time of change where you're going from literally feeling like, this is an oracle card I pulled earlier this week, from like nothing, maybe feeling a little left out in the cold. And it does look like it's mainly around jobs. I mean, the Knight of Cups is in reverse here, which ain't great, but did I say ain't? Which isn't great, but from nothing to everything. It's coming in hot, whatever this new beginning is, this new idea. And what it is aligned with your dreams, is aligned with that bigger picture. It's expansive. So don't be afraid to explore the uncharted territories, while keeping your bigger picture in mind and using that to make good choices. Yeah. Gosh, these cards, there's so many. And if you're not feeling loved for some reason, know that it's okay to give that love to yourself. Like, that is where it starts. Like, I think sometimes it's easy to depend on other people, but we've got to be able to depend, that sounds so, not depend, but to just love ourselves, you know what I mean? And to know that we are loved. We are always loved by the universe, by our higher selves, by our inner child, and definitely do something to show yourself that, whether it's something really little, like getting a slice of pizza for yourself from your favorite pizza place, or like, taking a bath, or getting a massage, or a facial, or a tarot reading, or whatever it is, whatever makes you feel good. And it just, something that you only need yourself for. Just showing yourself that love, even if it's just literally looking in the mirror and saying that. That's really powerful. If you can do that, you'll probably flip that energy up right away. And and the new ideas will come. They are coming. So don't worry, and also don't be afraid to try in the meantime new things, because by doing new things and getting out of your comfort zone, which I feel like the universe really wants you to do, you'll be able to say yes or no. It's almost like the universe wants you to be the pendulum, which the universe always low-key does want you to be the pendulum, but you can't say yes or no to something you haven't tried, or dipped your toe in. So, if things in your life have been there forever and there's the stagnancy, time to close the door on them and do that as a no. If there's things in your life that are new but scare you, say yes for now. You know what I mean? If there's things in your life that say yes and they excite you and still scare you, say yes for now and know that you can always change your mind. Don't be afraid to make decisions at this time. And don't get too caught up on what's fair and what's not fair, because I don't think the universe is fair at all, frankly. It's more so vibrational, and it's going to offer you a lot of vibrations, but you don't have to give in to all of them. You can set the tone again and again and again and again. All right. So I think I've that's my point. That's the card's point. I don't know. It's I have a feeling it might be a little bit of interesting energy. But yeah, it's the energy of wanting to explore, which Sagittarius, if one thing they know how to do, it's go on an adventure. Get out of your comfort zone, travel, whether that's like literally or kind of metaphorically for you. Like even if it's to a different restaurant than usual, like, or a different event that you wouldn't usually do. You know what I mean? Expand your view of what is possible. And new ideas will come in that will serve you. They really will. New people, but it will probably be in the form of an idea first, or a communication that comes in. And if it's something that you're like, explore it. So there you go. And if it's something that you're like, oh, hard, quick no. You know what I mean? But let yourself have the thoughts and feelings. Because they're your indicators of what decisions to make. Okay, now I'm really done. All right, so we're going to close the circle. If you want to roll your shoulders back, call your energy into present time. I'm going to try to condense this all into a post, but yeah, it might be challenging, but I'm going to try to summarize what happened here and give you a picture of the spread, because the cards are really beautiful. Yeah, and best of luck to you during this next lunar cycle as you explore what this is for you, what your big picture is. You don't have to have all of the ideas or know everything, but what you do know, write it down. I mean, I feel like this is the energy of vision boarding, which I definitely do have, and always want like more space to do more. Because again, I'm a Sagittarius, so I like need another board already. And it's like, well, we're halfway through the year. It's like maybe I did that one board already, and it's time to start a new one. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean I have to take everything down, but I can do some rearranging and expand. Yeah. So however that looks for you, but start thinking about, when you make decisions, does it align with the big picture I have, if I have one? You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I'm going to close the circle, and yeah, wish you guys a really good strawberry full moon. That's what this moon is called in June. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And there are possibilities manifesting right now, so keep the faith. Keep the faith and keep exploring and adventuring and asking yourself what the meaning of your life is. And don't let anyone else try to tell you that answer. Only you get to decide. Okay, so let me release the guides and guardians from the circle, and thank you so much for joining me. Okay, here we go. I release the guides and guardians of the spirit element. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for continuing to be here, even after we close the circle today, to just remind us that we're never alone and that we are loved always. Remind us that that is the magic, and that magic is real, and that we can create a frequency to align to all of our passions and dreams. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians in the north, energy of earth, direction, element of earth. Thank you so much for being here today. You definitely showed up in this reading. Thank you for helping us to manifest our dreams, our big picture. Thank you for pointing us in that direction and helping us to continue to patiently and peacefully walk towards it. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the West, element of water. Thank you for continuing to flow in the emotional healings of all kinds at this rather difficult time on the planet. Thank you for reminding us to be compassionate to ourselves and one another, and to show love to ourselves and one another, as well as just softness, to be kind. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. Guides and guardians of the South, element of fire. Thank you for lighting us up with our passions and desires, for showing us in clear ways that we feel what is that passion for us. Show us, guide us through our dark nights with a torch in your hands like Hecate. Continue to let us burn clean all that no longer serves us, so that we can do what lights us up inside with joy. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. And finally, guides and guardians of the East, element of air. Thank you for bringing in new ideas of that could help us manifest our big pictures. Thank you for giving us clarity of how to get there, what our next step is. And thank you for letting us walk through the right doors that will serve our highest good and the highest good of all. I release you from the circle with so much gratitude. I release all guides and guardians of love and light. And with that, the circle is closed. Amen. Blessed be harm none. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Ho, and so it is. Oh, yay. Do a vision board. Do it. Yeah. They are so helpful. I really believe in them, actually. I don't know, there's just something, it's like good meditation to do, because like do it and put it somewhere where you'll stare at it, because it's interesting what the mind does when you're not really consciously thinking about it, but you're like, I don't know, looking at a picture of Hosier. Do you know that musician? He's so cute. Anywho, and then all of a sudden your crush is like playing Hosier in their car, and you're like, oh my goodness, like they like Hosier too, and then you have a conversation about Hosier. Like, you'd be amazed at how things synchronize. Like, the place where I was doing tarot card readings for a while literally looks like one of the pictures I put on my vision board, you know? And there's new visions all the time, so yeah. Aw. Thank you so much for being here. Love you so much. Really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, this almost dropped the camera. Have a great new moon, everyone. Take care. And DM me always if you need a personal tarot card reading. Yeah, and we can set that up. All right. Take care, everyone.